High five. Oh, howdy, Mom.
Hey!
What do you got in that giant freaking box?
Nail polish.
That's a lot of freaking nail polish. Is that for the white 64 right there?
No. It's for my toenails.
That's a lot of toenail polish, Mom. Jeez.
It'll last me for a long, long time.
I'd say that yeah. It might be a little excessive, but you know, I won't judge. I won't judge. Well, welcome back, everybody, to a exciting episode only because, well, we finally pulled the trigger on something that JEGS had in stock that I had no idea that we were going to even think about contemplating buying, but after I saw the price on it, it was just like, okay, yeah. And I talked to Dad, and I had another plan on buying stuff for this car, and we decided to go with this giant box here we just got delivered. So what do you say, let's get in there and see what exactly we bought in that behemoth of a box. Well, we figured out how to get that thing off without destroying it, and holy mother of sweet Jesus, I am extremely thankful because it's assembled. Everybody was giving me hell that this thing was going to come in a million freaking pieces, and I am so thankful it is not. Because I've had to assemble the Harbor Freight cabinets before, and yeah, they're less than pleasant to put together. Let's just say it's an amazing jigsaw puzzle that'll just make you pull all your hair out. You notice why I have such long hair? It's because I haven't had to assemble one of those in a while. So I get to keep my hair. Well, this daggone thing is assembled. This is fantastic. I just have no idea how we're gonna get this at. Mom, you got this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm ready to get it together. I'm ready to use it.
Perfect. So this is the big fancy sandblaster from JEGS. If you obviously can't tell, it's got a ventilation system, vacuum, all this. This thing is brand spanking new. I didn't even know this thing was even available via JEGS until I just started Googling sandblasters and media blasting cabinets. And I didn't want one of the little cheesy small ones because I knew I wanted to put big stuff in this thing. And so, yeah, this thing more than fulfills our needs because it's big enough where you could probably put all 4 wheels in there, probably a pair of 15 by 10s real easily. A whole A833 I guarantee will fit in this thing easily. Probably an engine block, potentially. We're gonna find out. So what do you guys say? Let's figure out how we're gonna get this thing out of here and figure out where we're gonna put this daggone thing, because it's gotta have a place to live, and we're thinking probably in the climate controlled shop now, because that'll be fantastic. So let's get to her. Oh yeah, and Mom also pointed out the freaking awesome box we have now.
Yep.
So that's worth something its own. We're gonna be able to put all sorts of junk in this thing that treasures in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we'll put some.
I already got a good idea.
Oh boy.
I do. Yeah, it's good.
All right, well, we'll entertain that and see what we're gonna do about getting this thing out of here. So there's the lid opened up, and let me tell you, the gas strut's made a beautiful sound. It's got a nice thick seal here. I like that. And this thing is cavernous. Oh my, there's almost an echo in here. And got this nice blasting gun, brass tip, all that stuff there. This is very swanky. This is way too nice for us, but very thankful we got good people at JEGS looking out for us, because otherwise I don't think I was even dreaming of something this cool. Because if you get on any of the online websites like Eastwood or something, these kind of cabinets like this are typically in the $2,000 range, and that's a no-go. And this is considerably cheaper than $2,000, let me tell you that much. But I'm very happy with it. I like that door. That door is nice. It feels heavy duty. Everything on this thing is very excited. Very excited, but that's enough gushing on this, because eventually we got to get this thing actually relocated. You ready for this, Dad?
It's a big box.
It is a big box, and technically it's like a Father's Day gift, technically.
Oh, really?
Kinda.
Oh.
Yeah, go grab that side. It's a big lid. And Mom had a really good idea if we can salvage this crate to store all of our swap meet parts. Got to put the legs on it, but it's
Hey, cool.
Grab that switch over there.
It's alive.
I think that's because you got your hand in there, Dad. So what do you think about her?
That would be a dandy. I was thinking about, remember that other air tank we got in the barn?
We do, yeah.
For extra volume.
That wouldn't be a bad idea just to hook it up.
Compressor don't have to run all the time.
True. That's one of the nice things about when we moved here. It had an old air compressor tank in the barn already, so.
It's a big one. It's like a 100-gallon or something. It's like a regular service station gas.
That'll be handy. We can hook that up and everything. But I figured I cleaned up the shop today and filmed another video on Mopars and Park, putting everything away. So.
Put everything away.
Oh yeah. The shop is really clean. So.
You know where this is going?
I got an idea. Whenever you're ready to move it, we'll continue on. So, see you guys then. See it? I told you I got it all cleaned up in here for the most part. Got the 400 to where it actually would move. Got the 340 moved right there, and well, put up all the freaking parts.
Wow.
Howdy, Anna. Hi. So my thought is kind of like right there. It's a pretty good little space. That's just dead to the world until we maybe move it to the other side and get rid of the white workbench. We'd have to figure out where we wanted to move that to, but if we had it on the opposite side of that, where that white bench is, then we could still maybe someday dream about pulling a car into this bay to work on.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother operation to remove that bench and all of its contents. We got a spot cleared in the shop for this thing, and now we're gonna get her lifted out, and
Look,
it's a deep hole, Anna.
no, like the hole compared to my arm.
Well, yeah, it's made for guys with bigger arms, okay? Okay? Jeez. Well, there it is. That's how we're moving it, because, well, use your brain instead of your brawn sometimes is the best way to go. One really nice thing about this thing is we got full color instructions that are actually quite detailed, because like I said, we're not trying to full caveman this thing, so we're reading the instructions how to put these legs on properly. We got a bag full of stuff in here, hose, and one thing that I really like about this one is it's got a foot control here. Much better than a hand control, but I do like that. Found all the hardware, so well, we got all the legs on it. Thank you, Anna. Anna was holding all the nuts and bolts and basically just being our gopher. But this thing is freaking impressive. It's cavernous as all heck, and now it's ready to get moved into the shop so that way we can put her to use. Well, heck, maybe we just leave it right here underneath the shade tree, Dad. That sure is a fancy, pretty machine right there. That's gonna be nice. Oh, we gotta thank our friends at JEGS, because that thing is fantastic. Mom is gonna be ecstatic, because for some reason, my mom just really loves the idea of heating up, blasting, and cleaning parts, so just as much as I do, so that, I don't know. Maybe I get that from Mom. I have no idea, but I'm excited. Well, that is pretty. Yeah, the 400's definitely got to get moved out of this area. It's going to kind of hinder operations.
We're going to train.
Alrighty, so we're back here with the old JEGS sandblaster, and Well, we're going to show you something we just did in the other bay, which, oh, that looks really cool. The reflection of the white trash 440 with the red and roses is gleaming. But we're going to show them what we did on the other bay. So yeah, we basically got ourselves another air tank, which came with the property when we moved here, and we just had to do a little bit of repair to it and get her cleaned up, and now we've got extra air capacity, so that way this thing definitely doesn't run out of air. And when we were trying to figure out how this thing worked, we were sitting here adjusting this little regulator, but we were sitting here trying to get this thing to do anything, and we were messing with the regulator there, getting nothing, and there's nothing blowing out of there. And then I just happened to glance over and I was like, huh. And it's got a safety valve there, so the door's got to be shut, and that's got to be depressed for it to. So that's pretty freaking neat. That's probably something that'll probably break in the future and be really infuriating, but as it is right now, it's actually a really nice safety feature, so that way you don't accidentally blow sand all over your face. So I do like that, but yeah, you guys haven't seen, but we got the light on here correctly. It comes installed upside down inside of here, inside the cabinet for shipping, so you got to flip it around. The filter and vacuum system is all attached. That was actually really easy to hook up. It's literally just got one plug-in right there, and it actually works really well when the cabinet is sealed up. There we go. Now we got the light on, but that tells you it's got a pretty decent seal on it. I think this thing's just about ready to go to work, dude. But I think it's freaking fantastic. I dig it. So now we're going to get some media in this daggone thing, which we had to get whatever Harbor Freight had, because that's the way our luck is. So we're going to get that loaded up in there and see how she does. Well, we're going to test her out with an old Edelbrock carburetor top that is junk, just to figure out and see how she turns out. Look at this. Put the phone right there.
No shit.
Look at that. We'll turn that thing on. And then we only got 50 pounds of media, which is not very much. This thing holds 150. Well, it's cleaning. Probably needs to be a little bit. It could probably hit a little bit harder, but it is working. Oh yeah, that's really doing it. How much did you turn it up by?
Want to turn it back down?
It's definitely a lot more aggressive. On 2. Weird. I'm going to say we're really blasting now. So, Did the JEGS sandblaster do a good job of sandblasting? Well, it did everything a sandblaster's supposed to do, because I don't see any daggone stuff leaking out. I feel pretty good because I don't feel like I breathed in a whole bunch of crap. And this thing looks like it went from being the junky Edelbrock carburetor top that I didn't know where it belonged to now it looks like actually something I could maybe use, which is really scary because I'm a Holly guy, but I have many Edelbrock and Carter carburetors now for some stupid reason. But I think it did a fantastic job with those glass beads. I mean, there's still a little bit of scarring and stuff. We probably didn't have the pressure up high enough, I don't know. But my first opinion, I mean, I'm just a guy who never even thought he'd have a sandblaster at all, and Dad's the same way. He was watching me use this thing, and he was sitting there saying the same thing. We never once thought we'd have a blasting cabinet, let alone something this freaking cool, so my hat's off to the guys at JEGS for making something like this so damn affordable, and just, yeah, it's amazing, because I mean, we just blasted a tiny thing, and you could dang near, I bet you probably fit a whole engine block in that thing, and probably need a little more reinforcement on the inside before you put an engine block inside of here, but I mean, it's really nice. It's huge, it's got great lighting, and I didn't have any issues with visibility. It stayed clean and clear, and it's got this protective film on the glass that'll keep it safe, so I'm really happy with it. Only thing I could say is we're going to do some more filming with it, more testing with it as the weeks come, and just let you guys know how this thing's working. So here we got two of my non-matching Mickey Thompson valve covers. These were just two random singles I collected over the years, and well, they were cheap swap meet fodder because they didn't match. Anybody who wanted to do the labor to make them match, that was going to be their way of getting them dirt cheap. And well, now I'm going to put them in the sandblaster and make them match. So let's do that. Alrighty. Lights. You going to load them on in, Anna? There we go. I love that sound it makes when it seals. Alright, Dad, you gonna give her a shot? We'll try. Alright. Alrighty, so we're back with the JEGS sandblaster, and we do have that small issue where we are getting some media outside of the cabinet, which might be our fault. Like I mentioned earlier, we kind of tweaked the cabinet door a little bit, but I did have noticed that when this thing is running, that it kind of holds media pretty bad right on that lip, as you can see. And of course, it could be it dropping off right there too. But we have one valve cover all done and beautiful. I mean, that thing is beautiful, brand spanking new. Doesn't even look like it's ever had a bolt bolted to it. Hang on. There we go. Now we got the light in here. Look at that thing. It's freaking beautiful. And I think a lot of our issue we're having with right now is we ain't got enough media in this. We've only got a 150-pound tub from Harbor Freight, which was over freaking priced. Glass bead, the only thing we could find locally. Alright, so the next thing we're going to sandblast is going to be this pressure plate, which goes to the Polara, because this thing's actually brand spanking new. It's never been run, it's just been sitting on the car, so we're going to blast it. If it turns out pretty decent, we might reuse it. If not, we might replace it. But I did figure out where this media is coming from. There's a hole right here, and I was just adjusting this little gauge here and pressing the pedal, and media is blowing out of that hole, so I shoved a rag in there, so we'll see how that does. Like I said, I know we got to get more media still, but it did clean up that valve cover pretty daggone nice. It looks really nice. I mean, it removed all the marks right there for where the mounting bolts were, and nice even, well, mostly even finish if I could sandblast worth a darn, but we're going to put that guy right there. Let's make this puppy look much better. So, here's to it. got here, we got ourselves what looks like, oh good lord, yep, should have pulled the gloves in, yep, that's my bad. Yep, I think we've got most of the leaks stopped up there, but we do have this issue with media getting stuck on that lip right there. It's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. So we got ourselves a really nice clean pressure plate that I'm getting all the oil from my hands all over now. That feels nice. Well, I'm gonna say that bad boy is ready for a coat of lipstick red paint. Wait, I can't do lipstick red because it's technically the colors of another company that I had a really bad clutch malfunction with, so we're gonna probably go with a nice magenta color, maybe like classic haze gold or yellow or Schaefer yellow. Who knows? We're just gonna paint it a freaking color, whatever we got laying around, and make it look brand new because, well, it technically is new. Alright, so I went digging through my paint cabinet. I did tape everything off, by the way. But I went through my paint cabinet and only found one color that was period correct for an old school clutch, or pressure plate, so here's to that. Oh yeah, write in the comments below if you know what brand used this color of paint. If you do, you're cool. I know it's not exact, but it's close enough. We tried to imitate the old Hayes Gold. I have a old AMC clutch that was a new old stock Hayes unit that was going to be for my Javelin, but I kind of found it as we were moving, and so it was gold, so it's the color we went with, and plus the old springs kind of had a yellowy gold color, so this is probably a Schaefer, but it's all close enough. So yeah, thanks to the JEGS Sandblaster. That's, you know, I mean, is it really better to use this over a new clutch? I don't know. But you know what, we're going to use this and the clutch disc, so good enough. I'm happy with it. Alright, so we got another pair of Mickey Thompsons here that ain't got a whole lot of paint on them, but they definitely need to be evened out as far as finish to make them a nice pair. So we're going to go ahead and toss these guys in the old blaster, see how long it takes us to make these things look nice and new again, and get them looking fantastic. So here's to that. Last time we'll see them looking like this, I bet. Oh, and I do want to also point out that we do know we need more media in the blaster. I've got some on order. Stuff was a lot harder to find locally than I really anticipated, so keep that in mind as we're blasting in these videos. We only got 50 pounds of media in what will actually hold 150 pounds, so if we had at least just one more 50-pound bag, I bet you it would be a lot more steady and constant, but to make these things look good again. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you this because this is something that just hasn't gotten old for me, but you'll notice my hands are not in the cabinet. We're going to turn on the vacuum. Yep, that's always pretty neat to see. Alrighty. Well, if you can't tell, I'm going to say this old cabinet did a pretty dang good job, even though what we believe is underfilled with media. I would say it's done pretty good. It's taken me a couple of attempts just letting this thing, letting my air compressor keep up. That's probably where most of that media is coming from. It's dropping from there, but dadgummit, stop it. That is one thing I will give some of my friends who complained about this cabinet style like this, because this is kind of, it's awesome because it makes it easy to load stuff, but you do have media dropping on you every once in a while. But no, this did a great freaking job. Love that finish on there. I mean, these look 10 times better than they did before. And the cabinet is just doing a great job. And you can see it's quite underfilled. I don't know if the camera will be able to see it, but yeah, we ain't even close to capacity on this thing. We're basically there and up and up. So I think there's company like TP Tools, they have a shaker or something we can get to put in the bottom of that to help keep all the media down at the bottom. But for right now, it's doing a great job. We got media on the way, so finding it locally was not as easy as we thought it would be. But now we got 2 more Mickey Thompsons we can add to the clean rack, which I gotta need to clean off the clean rack because it's got a bunch of parts on it right now. So once again, old blasting cabinet did not fail to impress. Not really sure why I can't get the paint off that one, but maybe we'll hit her again. But regardless, we've got 3 valve covers done. We did the clutch pressure plate for the Polara, and this thing just keeps on going. And minus the air compressor, need to take a break every once in a while, which is a good time for me to take a break. So it's doing a great job. I ain't got nothing really to complain about other than just that little bit there, but that's not really a big deal in my book. But oh, and I will say one thing, that when I'm working the pedal here, which I could technically demonstrate because it's got that safety feature, but I kind of just work the pedal up and down a little bit, kind of with the groove of the music I'm listening to, and that seems to work pretty good. So, but yep, very happy with this guy, so nothing to complain about really. Alrighty guys and gals, so Jed Scott here from the far distant future, aka January 28th or 30th or something like that, 2025. The point of why I'm making this part of the video is because this review has gone on for far too long. And by far too long, I mean, you know, you don't realize just how freaking handy something like a blasting cabinet's gonna be. And I apologize for my mad scientist hair. It's basically devoted the past 2 weeks of body working the Polaris dash, which that's all you get to see of it so far. It's not done yet. Just gonna cover that back up. Anyways, I really wanted to have a proper outro to the JEGS sandblasting cabinet, just showing what it can do. And I've shown you how big this thing is, but I mean, these are our newest projects, 55 Dodge Royal Lancers wheels. These are all 15 by 5s. You see all 3 of them sitting in there. Cabinet will shut no problem. And this thing has gotten quite dusty. I've replaced the screen probably, I'm down to my last spare one on the other side. You will see this thing is kind of dusty. I haven't been the best caretaker with keeping the vacuum and all that system cleaned out, so of course it's gonna shoot dust. And one thing that is a downside, no matter how many times you clean this, my buddy Billy was right, top load cabinet, you're always gonna get a little sprinkling. And you can see the buildup of material right here. It's just one of those things about a front loading cabinet you just got to deal with. But the whole point is, you guys have seen that you can fit giant stuff in here. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. And well, heck, if I haven't really shown you, I mean, like, this is my swap meet stuff I was starting to clean up. And then I got busy with a million other projects as things happen. But this thing, this blasting cabinet, JEGS really knocked it out of the park in my opinion. And I got to put the 4th wheel in here, but this thing is just, I can't say enough nice words about it. I mean, all I've had to do is dump out the rear vacuum, and I stopped up one leak right there that is our fault when we moved it, and we kind of tweaked the lid. I can't remember. It's in the beginning of the video, and that actually did tweak the lid to the cabinet, and maybe that's why ours is as dusty as it is. So, that said, this cabinet, which is no longer like brand new, like it's probably now like a year or 2 old now at this point where you can buy one. And I was hoping to have the video out and do like a really awesome review, but you know what? I just keep using the thing, And I've used it so much that I've actually kind of slacked off on editing videos because I can get so much more done with equipment like this. Alrighty, you guys ready for this? I know I am. Alrighty, let's grab this guy out of here. Take that into the other bay. We're gonna dust that off. Well, I'm very happy with that. Well, now back on the body work for that thing, and well, once again, the old JEGS sandblaster really did a damn good job. And it's, I don't know what else to say. It's freaking fantastic. Oop, shop lights are still off. Oh well. But anyways, I just wanted to really give a big conclusion to the old JEGS sandblaster deal because, well, I'm getting ready to use it for, nope, not that one. Not that one either, or any of those. Maybe it's that one hiding under the tarp, which someday you guys will get to see. And well, hopefully I'll get this video out for you guys, and hopefully it'll help someone out there someday. I know it's not a cheap blasting cabinet, but like I said, it's a great piece of equipment, and you don't really ever worry about what you can and can't fit in the thing. Because the only thing I've tried that I wish I could have fit in there that did not fit is the Polaris dash. That is the only thing that I could not fit in there that I've wanted to. Because, well, you see my wall of headers? All those bright white ones are from that cabinet. Yeah, I just haven't done that one yet. I've been lazy, but yeah. All right, so we got both of the fender well headers off of the 440 from the barn. And I just want to give you a good before look before we blast these things, just because I know I'm never the best about before and after pictures, so we'll just get it on video. And if that cabinet could fit this header, I will just be absolutely sold, just dumbfounded, just completely amazed, because if it'll fit that thing, it'll fit dang near anything. So let's try it. Oh, I think this is gonna fit. God dang it. Oh, that is freaking amazing. It fits the fender wells, no problem. They're gonna be able to move around and everything. Oh, that's just freaking exciting. Yes, okay. You guys ready to do another montage of sandblasting? Just like flip a pancake and not breathe that in. So overall, I missed a spot right there, but I couldn't get to that. I think it's doing a fantastic job. We'll get this thing flipped around like this so we can get a better shot at it from the collector side, and this daggone thing's looking freaking beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
That cabinet, any pair of headers you want, any intake manifold. You want, it's fitting them. Same thing with wheels. So if you guys ain't convinced, and this is Jed saying, I give up. Because if you ain't sold by now, I can't say no more. So always, guys, gals, everybody at JEGS, thank you for making a great product. Thank you for helping us, even though we still paid like almost full price for it, but still, great product. Thank you for offering it. And everybody who watched this, thank you for checking it out. All right, that's a wrap. Bye-bye. Ooh, back to blasting.
We got stuff. But I do not see the JED. I have to find the JED. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I was trying to find you.
Well, you found me in my cave, that is for sure. You know where to find me. Well, you asked me what I'm doing, so I will explain to Anna and the viewers. Clearly, you are watching the video on our Sandblaster review. And what I'm getting ready to do is today is April 15th, 2025. Thank you, Anna, for telling me the date. And just so you know how long it's been since I started filming this review video. And here we are. I still haven't edited the video because I'm still using this daggone thing. And I figure, you know what? I don't think there's any reason to really continue this video because you've seen what it does. And well, this is the last little protective screen. So that tells you how long it's lasted. In fact, I haven't even changed the media since we first started. All I've done is add until it's to the capacity that it says it was, because we had it like half full. And the JEGS media, well, I mean, we have our tray of parts here. I mean, I kind of missed some spots on this intake, but it leaves a really nice finish. We got several pairs of valve covers, so not only is it just a great cabinet, I mean, you can see that obviously since it's a front load, you do have media that comes down and smacks you in the face a little bit. That is something to keep in mind. Always stand back, and you don't want to breathe that crap. But other than that, I mean, it's a really well-built cabinet. It's very sturdy. I think it's a heck of a buy. I mean, we had to clean out the vacuum in the back. The filtration system works. I haven't had any clogging issue, really. The metal grating here, it has done a great job. I just don't know what else I can really say. It's a great cabinet. And, well, I highly recommend it if anybody's in the market for a large-scale blast cabinet. That way they can basically fit anything in there and not cost a small fortune, because big cabinets do get quite expensive. In fact, here, I've never even taken the little plastics off the gas struts because I'm just that kind of guy. So, I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helps you make a decision whether or not yay or nay. I mean, if leaking media is a big negative for you, well, I'm going to tell you, good freaking luck, probably. I mean, unless it's hermetically sealed, and it's got like latches all around it, and it's perfectly made, you're probably not going to find perfection. So, thank you for watching. Always take care, and bye-bye. Oh, yeah. And JEGS. And the last PS. Rob, you the man. So, JEGS, good job on the cabinet. And again, thank you to Rob for always being there and being a great friend. And, well, JEGS.